Hey, I'm Alex Ratcliffe from Board Game Co., and this is another video on board game upgrades and deluxifications. We have a bunch of things to go through today. We got a very cool version of Yedo I wanted to go through. We have some RPG stuff, which honestly is the kind of thing that's just going to make me get made fun of, but we'll talk about it, we'll get to it. We have some cool things, and we have something very cool that I do want to show you soon, but first, as usual, this video series is sponsored by Top Shelf Gamer. Top Shelf Gamer has a bunch of board game upgrades and deluxifications. They sponsor the regular monthly video over here. They have a bunch of things from inserts. They have folded space inserts, they have wooden inserts, they have 3D printed inserts, they have metal coins left, right, and center, they have deluxe premium components and sleeves. They got a ton of an absolute ton of things, although none of which are in this video today. Usually when I talk about the Top Shelf Gamer, I usually have at least one thing from them in the video. Happens to be I don't today, but that said, if you want to check out any of their things, I'll have a link to their website down below, as well as a code. You can use the code, and if you use the link and the code and all that, you'll save money, and also if you use the link, then they know that I sent you, which does mean I get a referral commission, so take that into account. But with that, let's go ahead and start off with the thing I want to show you first, which is the coolest. In general, people watch time on videos is an interesting conversation. You see, watch time on videos is like this trend that kind of starts up here and then slowly moves downwards. Now, if you watch the trend line, sometimes it spikes. Like if you have like a timestamp that's like the truth about whatever, you know, if you have like a fun timestamp that the controversial calls opinion, you'll see like a nice little spike there. If you're doing a top 10 list series, you'll see there's like spikes. It starts off high, like watch time, it goes down, down, spike, 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 because people are like jumping to their games. It's basically showing you where people have the most attention on a video. The point is that the earlier in the video, the more attention, which is why I spent another minute telling you that so I can lose like 7 more people. But with that, let's talk about the thing that I think is very cool, which is these art prints from Stellar, from Launch Tabletop, whatever. These prints over here. These over here, let's go ahead and show you these. These are coming to you. They're coming to you from Stellar Prints, from launchtabletop.com. There's going to be a crowdfunding campaign. I'll have a link to that down below. But these are art prints, which are very cool looking. I want to show you these over here. They look phenomenally cool. This is a Jackie Davis art print over here. They're meant to be board game themed to an extent. Like they have actual board game covers. I'll show you one very shortly. But we have board game art covers, board game artists, a bunch of things. And you're like, okay, cool. So it's art. What's the cool part? Well, first of all, I will say, I can't convey this to you until you're here, but this is not until you're here, unless you're here. There's no until you're here. This is not like a giant invitation over here. But I can't convey this to you unless you're physically here. But first of all, there's a nice shimmer and shine. You can see that over here as I reflect this. There's a nice metallic feeling to this. This feels premium. It looks premium. It looks great in person. And the main thing is, we got this. This is the fun part. Why is that the fun part, you ask? Because this gets mounted on that. Which, I mean, it would work better if I had a wall here, but you can get the idea. This is a giant magnet on the back of this art print, and this art print over here goes on that. So you put the magnet on the wall, you put the art print on the magnet, and ta-da, it mounts easily. But that's not the cool part. The cool part is that it mounts easily, and then, hold up over here, let's go ahead and grab another one of these. This one is actually in its little nice little print situation over here. So let's go ahead and show you this. These over here, I'm going to pull this out, and let's see if we can take this out over here. This is an example of an actual board game, more specifically, the Emerald Flame. Now, they have a variety of art covers here, and this is a big thing in general. All their art covers, they commission the artists. I believe the artists get a commission on anything as well, so there's ongoing royalties. You support the artists and all that, so take that into account as you go through it. But we have the Emerald Flame right now, another art print, and the fun part is now what we do is we go to the wall hanging, which I'm going to pretend is my hand. We pull the painting off the wall hanging. It works better if you actually have this gripped onto something, and then you replace that with the new art print. Ta-da! Wall hanging replaced. Now again, this works better if you conceptually have a wall to hang it on as opposed to my hand, which is less cool. But the idea is very cool as you look at these art prints and choose what you want. And they have different framings and sizes too. So they actually have a very nice pattern where they'll have like 12 by 12 box sizes. So that will be cut off over here, whatever it is. And they actually have a very nice pattern where they kind of have like a wall print, like a box size and then a wall print, and then alternating with a wall print and a box size, and it creates a nice little like rectangle if you want to do like a little back and forth between prints and box sizes and all that. But we do got 3 more as well. In fact, some of my favorite 3. Like I like the Jackie Davis print over here. I love the Emerald Flame as a board game. But if you want some of my favorite prints, we got these over here, because these are 3 prints I'm going to show you as well. Now, you may have seen some of these over on the Dice Tower when I was watching their 36-hour live stream. I saw some of these being switched around in the background, so I know they have some of these as well. But I'm here. But anyways, these over here, they have a variety of prints, and they have a ton of things. I don't know what will be in the crowdfunding campaign, but they have a ton of stuff if you're looking for a variety of content. But we got, you know, Andrew Bosley art prints over here. Like, these are Andrew Bosley conceptual board game things. Let me show you some stuff over here, because we got a few things. Well, you know what? Actually, I take it back. I know I just switched to the top camera, but I take it back. Let me show you first of all these art prints, so we can have a conversation around these cool art prints, because they are 3 cool art prints. Because then we got that one there, and then we got that one there. So we got 3 different cool art prints as far as these go, with like a little just different stuff happening. But now let's show you the actual like things of them, because these. Sorry, there's a lot of metal on my desk here. But if we go to the top camera over here, you can see a bunch of things that may not be evident at first glance. So if you look through these over here, there's board game stuff at play. We got the meeples in the mountains over here. We got obviously the hex area fields, very Catan adjacent as you go through that. I don't know if there's that many references. I'm sure there's more than I can think of. There's like obviously the, you know, we got trains, we got planes. Those are just things that are in board games in general. I don't know if there's more stuff in this particular reference, but just we got a very board game themed stuff. Again, all those fields are hexes. This is like Catan and pyramids, just stuff you'd find in board games. That's going to continue over to this print as well, where you have dragons and medieval and fantasy. You have the carriages. You have these dice rocks. All these rocks over here, they're dice. This is called Game Kingdom. You have like a little Monopoly style grid that you're walking along as you go through it, and little pawns and hexes and all these things. Are there stuff in the butterflies? Yes, there are things in the butterflies. We got diamonds and hearts, and we got spades, which means we need a club butterfly. Where's the club butterfly, Andrew? Andrew Bosley, I need the club butterfly. No, this really bothers me. Why do we have spades, hearts, and diamonds? We don't have clubs. We don't have clubs. We do, on the other hand, have a Fireball Island over here. Fireball Island, look at that. That's Fireball Island. That's Volcar and Fireball Island. That's gotta, like, that's something. That's cool. Okay, fine. I forgive you for the club situation, because we got that. I am still a little upset about the club situation. I want clubs. If there's not clubs in this next one, I'll be a little upset. What we do have is, this seems almost like an homage to Tapestry to a degree. This looks very Tapestry adjacent. Oh, and we got Scythe. That's definitely, this is very Stonemaier Games a little bit. We got the little cubes over here, maybe a little Terraforming Mars, little gold cubes. We have the various classes and the samurai and the various, you know, just medieval roleplay stuff. We got this giant die in the middle of the field. We have a very Tapestry looking city with some little more dice and trains. Again, there's not like specifically board game stuff, but this is clearly board game inspired. This is the kind of thing that you can throw on your wall, and to some other random person at first it just looks like a nice print. And when you look a little closer, you're like, oh no, you are still a geek. You are still a geek, which is a good thing. But like, you know, it's one of those things. Like, you know, I don't know if you've ever seen them. Have you ever seen those? I think it's called Ruggables. Ruggables has some. It's a site that has carpets, and they have this thing that they're like Star Wars Ruggables, and what they are. I have to figure out where I'm actually putting this wall print thing. But what they are is they're Star Wars prints that don't show up obviously as Star Wars prints. So at first, it looks like a normal rug. And then suddenly you look down and you're like, there's TIE fighters in my carpet. But it hides your geekiness in plain sight. With that, let's go ahead and move to the next thing. Let's talk about the RPG stuff. The RPG stuff is not really a whole lot of stuff to go into. But the RPG thing over here is basically... okay, here's the deal. I was at Gamma. And for a long time, you guys all might know that... Gamma's Game Something Manufacturers Association, and it's basically an industry convention, Gamma Expo. And for a long time, Devin has been talking about Alien RPG. You know Devin, he's a Prince of a Man, he's on the channel, all that stuff, but he talks about Alien RPG. In fact, he talks about it so much that it shows up in lists about like his favorite board games. And that's cool, and I wanted to play this. And so we reached out to, at Gamma, I saw Free League, and I was talking about this. I was talking about how they wanted to do Free League, how I wanted to play Alien RPG because of Devin, and they're like, actually, well, when the convention's over, just take the entire Alien RPG stuff that we have on the table, just take all the U stuff that we've been demoing, just take all that, and then we're going to set you up with a RPG session. So at some point in the future, we're getting set up with an RPG session. I don't know when, I'm sure I'll talk about it more, but I am looking forward to trying this RPG that Devin talks so much about, but man, am I intimidated. I don't know what I've got myself into. RPGs feel like they're massive amounts of homework. Like, I don't know who does what. I don't know what work I have to do. I don't know what work the RPG, like the game master has to do. All I know is that this is... I don't know the RPG universe. I genuinely don't. This is the part where I said I might get made fun of because I'm just going to show you a lot of stuff I don't know. But, like, all I know is there's a million things going on here. Like, are these all... This is why, when I did an unboxing at one point for the League of Dungeoneers. And I don't understand certain aspects of the more D&D RPG role-playing hobby, and like, is this an entire book full of skill checks and background? Like, what do if I have to read this to play this game, do I want to play this game? Does the Dungeon Master have to read this to play this game? What is this stuff and universe? And this is just one. We have like everything here. We got this full book over here. What's in this book? I may or may not go into this. Let me just check what's in here. We got some cards. We got some mats. Okay, I've opened this one already. We have over here. We have this one is not a lot of work. This is just a DM screen in the Alien universe over here. So we got over here. This is just in case you liked Alien RPG and you wanted, you know, a DM screen for it. We have that for the Dungeon Master to roll their dice and to talk about how they rolled a, I don't even know, slow actions, a crawl, you are prone, thrown weapon, range combat. I'm going to persuade, your opponent can't hear you, can hear you, manipulation. I am constantly impressed by RPGs and the worlds they build, and I don't fully understand. They seem like all-encompassing universes of content. We have another like full-on book over here with more stuff. Why is there more stuff? Why is there another like hundreds of pages more of this RPG? I don't entirely know. We talk about the ambush. We have the raw 619 system, conception, development, the Dark Star program. Are these scenarios you're going on? Again, this is me just being on camera, like telling you all the things I don't know. I was impressed by the stack of how much stuff there is for an RPG. And if you're like, you think that's a lot, you should see D&D. I know. I don't understand that either, honestly. I don't understand how there's entire universes in conception. What's the starter set? We got a starter set. That sounds less intimidating. Starter set sounds less intimidating. So, what's in the starter set? We got some dice. Ooh, we got dice. These are the dice Devin's told me about. I believe one of these sides of dice hurts you. Okay, so you can choose to roll more dice, so it's more powerful. Ooh, look at that. That was good. I think that was good, actually. I don't actually know. My assumption is that this is the bad face. So you have to make choices as far as how many dice you roll, but you might get the bad thing. So let's go ahead. I recall Devin saying something like that. I might be wrong. Let's go and roll. It's a small check. I don't need to roll a lot. Oh, we're safe. We're good. We're good. What about a larger check? I'm a little bit more danger. I'm going to roll. Oh, I am bad. That is bad. Devin, that was a bad roll. Devin, that was a bad roll. And we got more of these dice over here. Do these have the same thing on the other side? Nope. These just have a 6 and 1. These don't have the bad dice. These look like the regular dice. What do we have in here as far as the cards? Again, I don't fully understand RPGs. I want to play and understand at least one RPG so I can fully understand what it is. What's the system? We got tokens. That looks like a board game. Board games have tokens. We have the rule book. So the rule book's not nearly as bad. This is not nearly as intimidating. The rule book's got, 15 pages. I can deal with this. This is 99 pages. It's a lot, but is it a rule book? Is it more whatever? Food and drinks, vision devices. This gives you like the circumstances or the something. Honestly, I'm wasting this. This was a mistake. I'm realizing in hindsight, I knew I was going to make. I knew this was a mistake to a degree. What I should have done is I should have done this on camera with Devin. Chariot of the Gods. This is a scenario. Maybe. I don't know. I should have gone through this with Devin. I should have asked Devin questions rather than spending 5 minutes just looking at stuff that I don't know. I should have been like, Devin, could you be on camera with me while I ask you questions? And that way, because I'm sure, here's the interesting part. The audience right now, the people watching this, are divided up into 2 categories of people. Those who know all the answers and those who don't. And to those who don't, this could have been an educational session. To those who do, it may have hopefully been just amusing. I don't know. Anyways, next up we have, let's quickly talk about these over here. These over here are very small, short conversation. These, I actually did a full video on these, but I figured once I'm doing a board game upgrades and deluxifications, I may as well talk about it here. These are basically a bunch of insert stuff from One Sharp Joe. One Sharp Joe is somebody who does sponsor videos. He is not sponsoring this video, but he does sponsor some videos on the channel, so just know that. But over here, he's making these component trays over here that all magnetically, clasp together over here. They also operate as coasters over here, so if you want, for example, if you want to use it as a coaster, you can just have that over there. Then you're good to go. You got your coaster instead of whatever it is. But we have our various trays. We have our cards, dividers, component holders, double component holders, full thingies, and engraving for if you want a little bit of a flair to your stuff over there. But this is, I did a full video on this. You can check that out on the channel. I just want to talk about them more in a full video because I thought they're so cool. But I will briefly tell you that they exist in case you want. There'll be a coupon code in the full video for like the next 2 or 3 weeks. The details are in that video. You can check it out. We can save like 20% on these if you want any of those. This is me just making sure you know about this while we're talking about this. Then let's talk about this. This is also something I am not that excited about because it's dice. It's dice. But I got them. I got dice and I figured I'll show you dice because why not? But these over here, I like this one. This one I like. This is being added to my pool of dice. Basically, at Gamma, I got some cool dice. So I figured I'll show you dice because why not? But this is another thing. This is like, very D&D-esque as far as role-playing, as far as getting... I'm trying to open this. These actually are nice. I do like these dice. These ones, well, let's go through them. We have a few cases over here. We have these over here. Just another set of dice. I believe... Oh, look, that's a 1, so we have to throw it out or throw it in the freezer. And that's just 9. We can deal with a 9. That's a 15. That's a 9. Likes the 9s. That's a 4. It's not good. No, that's a 10. That's a... Okay. Oh, that's a 20. That's a nat 20. Nat 20 is not bad right now. We got 3. No, I'm okay with that die, but let's find some more. I believe there's a thing with a role-playing and dice. That you have the dice that you like, and the dice that trust you, and the dice that betray you. And that die, that's a 17 on the first roll. Let's see what we get. That's an 8, not so great. That's a 7, it's looking bad. 14 is a little better. And an 8, let's try one more. 3, no, this dice, I like the purple dice better. Visually and the way they roll. I believe you're supposed to test your dice and have your preferred dice. I think that is a actual thing that you're supposed to do. And then lastly, we have some regular D6, a box of D6, which is more relevant for me because my kids will use these for a million things, or these are just good to have extra D6. I find I have a ton of extra dice already, but these is helpful to have more of. Is my camera zoomed in? There we go. But yeah, that's as far as these, and now I have to put these back neatly. I don't have to, I guess, but I'm going to. I don't know. I'm going to use these in some way, shape, and form. I have bags of dice around the house, and they do get used up. Well, they do get used up to a degree. Anyways, let's go and put this back on. That's going to go back on. Nope, that's the wrong case. Wrong case. I'm going to put these in here, and these in here, and then I'll show you the other things. Oh, there's a metal die. There's still a metal die. Let's show you the metal die. These, and they have a nice dice bag as well, as far as these, but we still have a metal die, which I do like. And these are from the company for these is, sorry, Die Hard Dice. Elysia Essentials is what they are. And then we have this one, which I do like. This one over here is a metal die, which I have a few of these already, and I really like my metal dice. I have a set of these from, I want to say from, what's the metal dice company? Q Workshop. Q Workshop is the dice. Okay, so over here we got this over here. This is a nice metal die. They had a whole bunch of these as far as the different shapes and colors and all that. But I like the heft of it. And that one, whoa, we're not rolling that again. That, for context, is a 19 right there on my first roll. I'm going to roll it again, but only show it to you if it's a good roll. It's a 12. The average is still good, but no. Anyways, that's as far as dice go, which brings us to sleeves, and then we'll talk about Yedo over here. Sleeves. So, Capstone Games is starting to sell sleeves, okay? Now, at first I didn't care. Here's the thing over here. We got a few things over here. We got Phantom sleeves over here. We got Phantom sleeves is the little guideline, you know, this over here, showing you the sleeves, the types, all these things. And in general, I'll talk about sleeves. Usually my go-to, we got little racks and all these things. Capstone Games is fascinating. Like, they have a store. They have incredibly popular games, Ark, Nova, you know, all those things. They have this over here, which is great. I approve of this. This is something that Sleeve Kings also has. I have these from Sleeve Kings. They show you, like, you can lay your cards over so you can get a sense of the exact sleeve you need, and it shows you on this, so you have color coded and you can lay a card over. It's basically a sleeve finder. Very, very helpful, very useful. Again, recommend these, and I recommend if any company sleeves you use, I recommend you get those. But over here, they have a bunch of sleeves, and they are $4 a pack, regardless of size or finish. Availability, in stock, 18 unique sizes, dependability, all those things. I don't know. I have not used these long enough. I only just got these, so this is not a testimonial. This is not a testimonial. I have not used the sleeves. There's one particular reason I want to talk about the sleeves. And there's a whole stack of them over here. I got various sleeves. The quality, what's the microns? The microns. Do they say the microns? Huh. Do they say the microns? Give me a second. Microns are the level of thickness for a sleeve. I'm not seeing the microns here. So I'll try to update if I find out, but I'm not seeing, maybe it says in the pamphlet. Microns are a measure of thickness. Now, for some of you, you won't care at all, but practically speaking, you want a certain thickness. My own personal opinion is that I think 40 microns, which are Mayday penny sleeves, 40 microns I think are too thin. 60 microns, which are Sleeve Kings, is what I personally like. It gives you a degree of thickness to it that is good, that improves the durability and whatnot, but it's not so thick that it takes up tons of room in the box. I am not seeing the microns listed on this. I have no clue how thick these sleeves are. They feel good. They don't make no mistake. They feel good. I just don't know how thick they are. The thicker microns are usually going to be 80 to 100 or so. Is going to be like a really thick, more premium sleeve. And I don't know what these are. I want to touch one. I want to touch one. Well, I can just touch it over here. Because the part I'm excited about is, do you know how long I've been waiting for sleeves for Watergate? They have Watergate-sized sleeves. That I was very, very happy about. Watergate is a delightful game. I really enjoy Watergate, and they have micron size, but they have not microns. They have Watergate size sleeves, which I was very happy to have over here. This over here, it feels nice. If I had to guess, I'd say 60 to 80. It doesn't feel like 100. Might even be 60. I'm not sure. I'd guess 60 to 80, probably 60, but I'm not sure. But they feel nice. They have a nice finish and feel. This is not a testimonial. I have not used these for more than putting them on the game. That's what I've used them for. I put them on the game, and that is it. But that is going to be the thickness microns over here as far as these go, which means we're gonna go ahead, and I mean, there's no this means. That's what we have over here. That's as far as these games, and then that's basically it. Capstone Games is selling sleeves. That's the conversation over here. They move these out of the way and then show you Yedo. So I want to show you Yedo for, well, 2 reasons. One is, in general, I want to show you games that are over here. I want to show you deluxified games as part of this conversation over here. But then 2, part of it as well, is the fact that specifically they just recently had Teotihuacan was just on crowdfunding, and Board and Dice in general have had a variety of premium games, and this one is a very cool one. And so I figured it was a good time to talk about this one because I'm pretty sure I've not shown this ever on camera. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong. That's not entirely true. I unboxed it on Patreon a long time ago, but it's a Patreon specific unboxing. That's not what this video is. This is not an unboxing. This is me showing you some of the stuff. They have some cool things, including, first of all, let me show you the amount of cards here. Let me show you the amount of stuff going on here in this game. This over here. That is the amount of cards we got as far as our games go. Okay, we have these deluxe tokens over here, which are just deluxified, like these over here in general. They have these in a lot of their game systems. Like I think, what's the one that had it? One of the other ones. I can't remember. I can't remember the name of the game they had. They had a game that had more deluxe wooden tokens, but these are nice over here. It was the game that, like, selling orders to the market. It has multi-use cards. It was a big production. I don't remember it. But either way, past that, we have the metal coins over here. This is just a nice set over here. We got the metal coins as far as these go. And we got this over here. And then, these are nice, by the way. These overall are very nice. They're pretty good. Metal coins come in a variety of different degrees of quality. My favorite ones I've talked about are my Foundation of Rome ones, which are not from Foundation of Rome. Those are unfortunately not good, but rather from Brass Birmingham. I got from Top Shelf Gamer, and they're called like the Brass Birmingham coins, but I use them for Foundations of Rome, and I love them. And these are pretty good. They're not as good as those ones, but they're very, very good. Then we got over here, put this away, and over here we got the following. We got this tray full of a whole bunch of fun little things. And let's show you some of those things because they are cool. We got these over here, which is these nice giant tokens that are just giant tokens. We also have tons of meeples, but we also have castles. Let me show you this castle here. Because you can assemble this castle, and you have the little castle, which is just a standee, not on its own. Again, any of these things on their own aren't that impressive or cool, but the combination of all these various just premium components over here, you know, they're just overall just very, very cool as far as how they go. And then we have some more, well, these are the coins you're not going to use. But then we have people. We have peoples that I want to show you over here because they have a variety of peoples. Let's go show you these. We got these over here. These are going to be your chunky little meeples. We have an absolute ton of them, just different meeples, different colors, showing you the various things. You can go ahead and have your colored meeple. They're screen printed, not stickers, so they're not going to come off or anything like that. But that's what we got as far as these. But that's what we have as far as this game over here. Just a ton of like coins, cards, all these. I mean, coins and cards alone aren't anything in of itself. But the combination of what you have for this is a very solid production for a game that I really need to play, by the way, because I have not played it. And then we also have player boards, which actually, these are actually reminiscent of the ones from the game that I'm thinking of that I can't remember. You're going to put things into them, double layered over here. But again, that's just what we have for Yedo. And I think it's pronounced like, I'm not sure how to pronounce it actually. Like, it's not Yedo, it's like Edo, or like, I don't know exactly how to pronounce it. But that's what we have over here. That's what we have for today's deluxification video. We have a deluxified game. We have sleeves from Capstone Games that are putting out sleeves, which again I'm very happy about for Watergate. And before I get rid of any of these other ones, I need to figure out what other, because as much as I like these, not making no mistake, Sleeve Kings is my go-to sleeve company of choice. It's the one I always recommend. The existence of these is not going to change that. But if they have, well, I shouldn't say not going to change that. It's unlikely. I'm pretty heavily invested into the Sleeve Kings line. But is of course anything's possible. Who knows all that? But right now they have sleeves for Watergate, which is that is useful. Past that, we have the Alien RPG. We have assorted dice. We have various trays, and of course we have the Stellar prints. Those Andrew Bosley creation kind of situation. And with that, I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'll have links to everything down below. As usual, this is board game upgrades and deluxifications. None of this stuff is necessary. This is just showing you an usual assortment and variety of various ways to upgrade, enhance, deluxify, insert, all those things your gaming collection. Until next time, I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co. and I hope you have a good one.